Hey, Cedric here. This is last video I'll be making before the run tomorrow. My Bug Out Doggy Run. I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't a little bit nervous. This is a pretty huge undertaking. It's going to be the single most intense physical exertion of my life. It's seeming like less and less of a good idea as far as the route that I chose. I chose a very physically demanding route. Part of it is to show you how much it means to me. You know, how much the cause means to me. Animals and children, they are the ones that need us, you know, the most. And beyond that, we have other, abused women, elderly like that. But children and animals really are near and dear to me. You guys know that. Just gonna end up sitting here rambling or something. So this is sort of a prepper video, just to go over a little bit of the prep that went into this, because attempting to do 13 miles with almost 7 miles of it being uphill on grades between 1.2 up to 2% grade and more. Some of it at certain spots goes up to 4% grade, like that. It's really really tough climb through Sunny Slope. It's going to be just intensely wicked, and it's not something you can just prepare for in a day, a week, or a month. You know, I've been working out hard, exercising hard, trying to do longer and longer runs with the dogs in the wagon. So some of the prep, some of the stuff that I'm taking. What if I get a flat tire on that wagon? You know? What if I get a flat tire on that wagon on a hill? It's already hard enough to pull it. So I've got to have one of those fix-a-flat cans. That's going with me. My wife has also decided to pedal her bicycle along, and she's going to be the one taking video and pictures. So that's going to be a huge load off of me. I don't have to unsling my pack, get the camera out, or figure out ways to do that. So we've got fix-a-flat. We've got the physical prepping that went into this, okay? It's just long-term concerted effort of staying in shape and getting stronger, not just hitting a spot and resting on my laurels, but pushing ever harder to get a little harder. This is a state of mind, but also a state of being, a state of body, Next is water. I'll be carrying these, about half a gallon of water, along with 4 16-ounce water bottles. So that will give me a full gallon of water. These two will be in my pack. The 4 water bottles will be in the 4 corners of the wagon, where they won't interfere with the dogs. Also, speaking of the wagon and the dogs, we've got 2 inches of foam in there. I'm going to add another 2 inches of foam and remove that rough carpeting that I've been using as a pad in there, and replace that on top of the foam with a blanket or a large beach towel. And make it as comfortable as possible. Luke, he can't make it a half a mile. He'll maybe make it a third of a mile before he gets loaded up. And then Jenny, she's probably going to do a maximum of 2 to 3 miles. She's an older girl, before she gets loaded up. So after that, it's all on me, and all that first part is pretty easy anyway. The really wicked grade, the hardest part, is going to start around like mile 5.5. I've got the map up. I'll put another link to the event on Facebook. You can scope map my run. You can look at it satellite and like that, and you can see where I come up on 7th Ave. The 7th Ave portion of that is just, man, just uphill. Next, this is what I'll be carrying. This is my pack, and this will go over top. This is an LC2 Alice medium-sized pack, and this is the LC2 harness and belt. This is what I've configured to be able to tow the dogs. It's just real simple. I got connectors going to the Y harness and then also to the belt, because if you just have it hooked to here, it pulls, and this just digs in wicked bad. So it had to be evened out. And this, the buckle up here, it just tore a chunk of meat out of my back on one run, so I figured out to put a bandana around it. And then I've got strings here that I tie, so this takes and redistributes the way that the weight is being pulled against, so that it puts some of it back in my shoulders where I'm towing rather than all against my belly. This goes underneath this, and in here I will have this gigantic iPad for the GPS. I've got all kinds of stuff in here, y'all. Duct tape, paper towels, I need no damn flashlight. The extra weight, I'll take that out. Oh, nah, it's probably gonna go back in. Up another little thing of duct tape. All my little partials end up going in here. I've got just scads of emergency string in here. Little can opener, compass whistle, thermometer thingamajigger. Just some stuff that just ended up in here. So I've got loads of string, paracord. Paracord can be used a lot of different things. You can lash a stick to your leg to make a makeshift splint. I can repair my towing harness if I should have an issue with that. I'm also going to be carrying one of my sticks, because that's me. Going to be carrying a stick, one of my homemade sticks. Maybe one of these shorter ones. Remember the cudgel I made? But something like that, just to have a little something extra. We'll have the camera that you are in right now, and like that. It's gonna be a pretty wicked ride, y'all. I'm hauling water for myself, the dogs, and my wife. And also, I'm gonna have a sign on there. This is gonna get taped to a piece of cardboard. It'll be like this. So I'm Fighter Django, Bug Out Doggy Run. Put that on like the back of the wagon. So the prepping that went into it. Oh, also 2 of the bottles of water. Well, one, so my wife isn't interested in chia seeds. One of the bottles of water is going to have a tablespoon or so of chia seeds in it. They'll soak up the water, and I'll drink that as I go along. It'll help to give you like the chia seeds burn along with sugar. It gives you a nice sustained energy, and and also they distribute the water to you, sort of like a rationing system inside of you. It's pretty good stuff. I recommend chia seeds to anybody. So that's going to be going long. Today I just ate pretty clean food, you know, hamburgers and like that. I'm a little bit scatterbrained because I am nervous, y'all. This is pretty heavy. It's pretty hard. It was hard enough, you know, the 30-mile run that I did for Crisis Nursery. But this is just going to be so much more physically demanding. The furthest that I've gone was about 8 miles, 8 to 9 miles, and it was a really easy track, really flat, and it wiped me out for days. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it, y'all, but I'm sure gonna put everything I got into it. I can promise you that. So I'll be leaving tomorrow, 10 a.m. It's December 27th, 10 a.m. I'll be starting out at the northernmost end of the Granite Bay Apartments in Phoenix, Arizona. And I'll be starting by the bus stop. I'm going to pretend the people waiting for the bus there are there to see me off. I'll get a little video maybe before I go. So, and along the way I've got stops for the dogs to get out and stretch their legs and everything. And I'm sure that my girl Jenny will want to get out intermittently, you know, and maybe jog a little bit, but it won't be more than a little bit, 1/5 of a mile, 1/4 of a mile. Then I'll have to stop, unharness, lift her back in. Those crazy furry goofballs, I tell you. I just don't even know where I'd be without those dogs. You know, without my wife either. Right? Those dogs, it's different, you know. There's nothing that a human can give me that those dogs give me. It's something special. It's something different. It's a connection beyond any contrivance, beyond anything with guile or deceit or doubt. And anybody that can hurt an animal, hurt a kid, you suck. I hate you. I fucking hate you. Alright, that's enough of that. So, I'll be wearing my same old shoes. Some really awesome people led by my friend Misty Holsinger Stitt. She got a bunch of people together and they donated money to give me a pair of shoes. And I've been trying shoes on, and when it comes to just walking around, then I can make do with just any old shoe, any old cheap shoe. But pulling the wagon, the only shoes that have held up are the ones that I did with the Crisis Nursery run, and that I used, and those are a discontinued shoe, and they're the only ones that have been where they don't force my foot into a weird position, because I do something called overpronation where my feet turn in a little bit, and with the stress of that wagon behind me, it just tear my knees to pieces trying these other shoes. Hell, I pulled the sole right off of a Brahma work boot. Just I couldn't even hold up. But these Adidas, what are they? The Road Mace. They hold right up. So who knows, huh? There's just a lot of work that goes into this. You know, I'd encourage you to think about this saying where they say, as iron sharpens iron, so must man sharpen himself against other man. But I think that saying is lacking in the translation, because I truly believe that a human being sharpens themselves against themselves. You know, that is where we grow stronger, is as we carve away the pieces of us that can't cut the mustard, the parts of us that can't make it another step. We become more and more ourselves. whatever that may be, we find ourselves in the crucible of the struggle as we strain against ourselves. I think that is how a person becomes strong, truly strong within who they are, and not by measuring themselves against others, but by measuring themselves against themselves. Think about Sisyphus rolling that stone up the hill. I think he was the stone too, and I think that he became immeasurably strong in his torment and his punishment. I would sure like to hear the continuing adventures of Sisyphus, because I suspect that that's one bad motherfucker, just like you. So you be good to yourself, alright? Hold your heads up high. You live free and punch hard. Merry Christmas for yesterday, okay? And I dig you. And I hope you'll tell your friends about this event. I'll have a link to the event on Facebook. If you can pledge, please pledge or donate. I'll have my PayPal down there as a link down below, my PayPal address. And if you can't, then please share this event. Let your friends know. And maybe send me out some good vibes using the Jedi mind powers, huh? I dig you all, and thank you for being my friends. I'll see you later. Bye. Live free and punch hard. Be good to yourselves, because you are worth it.